Hey guys, happy Monday. Guess what today is? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Just kidding, but it is. It's my birthday. I am 39 years old today. Woo! Anyway, so yesterday I had the privilege of teaching my little sisters and having our mentoring session. It's called Sister to Sister at my church. And we were talking about work, life, school balance. Like what we're supposed to do. How do we keep ourselves in order? How do we keep ourselves in line? If you saw on my Instagram story that we had like a game where we were like tossing these balls, and we started with one ball and then we kept feeding more to the point where you are tossing all these balls in the circle, and it gets to the point where like you can't handle everything that's being thrown at you. So it's like, how do you balance work, life, school, friends, boyfriend, sisters, cousins, after school activities, whatever it is that you have going on? Like, how do you balance that all? Number one thing, God. Keeping God first. Because what happens is when our life seems to be crazy and it seems to be unbalanced and it seems to be overwhelming, that means that something is out of alignment, and that means God is not first. That means He's last. That means we're doing drive-by prayers. That means that we are not spending adequate time with Him for Him to actually plan out our day. So realistically, like I said before in other videos, it's cool to pray before you go to bed at night and thank God for the day. But it is so important to pray in the morning and to like really sit and have time with God. Because when we sit and we have time and we meditate on His word and we listen to His voice and hear what He has to say, He can actually plan out our day and He will guide us through our day. So even if stuff gets awry and starts going crazy and starts being like, you have something that will center you and keep you back focused, because He is literally leading and guiding that way. I notice on the days where like I'm rushing to pray, I'm praying in the shower, I'm not getting up on time to pray, I'm not getting up on time to read my word, I'm not getting up on time to actually spend quality time with God. I notice that my days are so much more hectic and so much more out of whack. And the days that I actually sit with Him and like sit in His presence and get up at 6 a.m. like I'm supposed to do and have time, I notice that my days are so much more smooth. Like they are way smoother than normal. So yeah, when our lives are getting to the point where they are so out of whack, we have to look and really evaluate like, how much time, how much quality time are we spending with God? Are we just shouting out prayers to God and like not letting Him speak? Are we just shouting out these prayers and then not giving Him time to like, respond to us? Because having a relationship with God or with anyone is, it's back and forth, it's time, it's this, it's that. So if we're not doing that, then we're not going to actually get the word that He has for us. And I think it's like with people, you know what I mean? We tend to put the things that are priority first, and then everything else comes after. I think a lot of times we put God in our back pocket because we're like, oh, we know He's going to be around. He's going to protect me. He's going to guide me. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And we take for granted that we can actually spend time with Him and that He will listen to us. Like people do that all the time in real life. People will claim like, oh, I don't have time for you, or I don't have time for this. And it's like, no, you do have time. You are not making it your priority. And so we have to look and see, like, are we making God a priority in our lives? Are we making the time for Him that is necessary in order for us to, to lead our day and to go about and to get our goals accomplished? Because to me, when people say I don't have time, that's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of malarkey. Like, I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe that no one has time for anything. Or when you get so wrapped up like in your own stuff that you forget about other things, you forget about God, you forget about people, you forget about stuff, and you just begin to focus in. Like if you are zeroing in on one thing and all your energy and all your focus is only going to that one thing and everything else is falling to the wayside, that's not God. That means that you are out of alignment, and that means you are striving in your own strength. Because when God is in it and when God is pushing you forward, you're not striving and struggling, trying to climb that mountain. Like, it's not going to feel like you're trying to scratch your way through something or scratch your way through a situation. You're not trying to just make your finals and just pass and just get a job and just do well and just pay your bills. You know what I mean? Like, when we are to the point where it seems like we're scratching and scraping and just not doing what we're supposed to be doing, that means that God is out of alignment in our lives. So just like people, we make time for them, we have to make time for God. We have to make time to sit in his presence. We have to take the time to listen to whatever it is he has to say to us, because we will get so wrapped up in our own stuff that we forget about him, and then we look back and we wonder why it's taking so long to do something, or why we can't get to a certain point, and we're like, oh, it's because God ain't in it. I forgot him. I left him way back down the street. Yeah. So that's all. It's amazing. Like, whenever we minister to the girls, it's like it ministers to us, because it's like, oh, how much time am I really spending with God like I should? Am I really putting in the effort that I need to? Am I really setting apart the time, or am I just making up excuses as to why things aren't going the way I want them to go? You know what I'm saying? Because we'll do that. Like, we'll make excuses, and we'll claim things, and we'll act like, oh, this is not going right because of X, Y, Z. And it's like, when's the last time you, like, spent time with the Lord? And you look back and you're like, ooh, last Thursday about 7 o'clock or whatever. So put God first. Don't make any excuses as to why he can't be first. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Boom, boom. Put him first. He needs to be first. He needs to be first in our lives. He needs to be number one. If he's not our leading force, then what is leading force? It's you. It's your pride. It's your ego. It's you leading yourself. And where's that going to go? Pride comes before the fall. So if we're leading ourselves without the guidance of the Lord, then I don't know. We ain't going to get too far. So happy Monday. I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.